From across the planet, Recycling Times keeps you in touch with the latest computer printing news.
Hello, I'm David Gibbons and here is the news. It's not been an easy year for Kodak. Now the Kyocera Corporation has filed a complaint against Eastman Kodak Company in California. Kyocera says Kodak has infringed one of its patents for its inkjet printheads. Kyocera is seeking monetary damages, and they also want an injunction to stop Kodak manufacturing and selling printer cartridges that infringe their patent. Analysts, including Actionable Intelligence, say this is a worrying time for Kodak, who attempted to transform the iconic company by investing heavily in the inkjet market. More and more shoppers and college students in America are demanding refills for their printer cartridges. So Ink-O-Dem have set up hundreds more inkjet refilling machines in hardware stores, consumer electronics shops, drugstores and university bookstores. Ink-O-Dem says they can refill 146 different inkjet cartridges, including the latest cartridges from HP and Canon. Ink-O-Dem, who has their ink tested by quality standards set by the Rochester Institute of Technology, refilled more than 5 million cartridges this year. 3 billion pages are printed every day in Europe, the Middle East and Africa, also known as the EMEA. According to new research from International Data Corporation, or IDC, Western Europe printed 1% fewer pages during 2010. But the number of pages printed increased by 14% in Central and Eastern Europe, the Middle East and Africa. More colour laser printers were purchased in the region, which meant the number of colour pages printed increased by 16%. Monochrome laser printers printed almost 773 billion pages during the year. Half the printers used in the EMEA are inkjets, but they only printed out 8% of the total 3.1 trillion pages during the year. Consumers used mostly HP printers, followed by Canon and Xerox. And I'll be back with more breaking news in just 15 seconds. When you want to know what's going on, where do you go? When you want to do new business confidently, where do you go? You go to the #1 source of news and business. Welcome back, I'm David Gibbons, and in brief, research group InfoTrends has found the Russian photo consumer market increased from 13% to 18%, providing an opportunity for suppliers. Epson has launched its smallest all-in-one printers in the Middle East. Being 39% smaller, they will help consumers save space, money and time. Katun Corporation is now partnering with Scandi-Toner to distribute colour toners and solid inks for the rapidly expanding market in Sweden. Canon says Europe's top 60 reselling partners from 13 countries attended its conference in Scotland to be updated on the computer printing giant's midterm vision and strategy. Panasonic has introduced 2 laser all-in-one multifunction printers to the American market to target home-based businesses. Toshiba competed against 500 other companies to receive a Green Apple Award at a glittering ceremony in Britain's House of Commons. And now we go to Charles Brewer. Charlie, new cartridge casings or moulds made by third parties continues to be an issue for the industry. Do you see there being a solution?
You know, David, I keep seeing more and more of the patent infringing compatibles everywhere I go. And I travel the world going to different trade shows. They're absolutely everywhere. So the short answer to that is no. I think that what's going to happen is there's going to have to be a concerted effort by the OEMs, and this means all of the OEMs are going to have to go out and file suit against these companies that are putting out the junk, what's essentially junk. We've seen some action from Canon and from HP and from Lexmark in this regard, but we still haven't really seen Samsung or Brother do any type of illegal maneuver yet. Samsung and Brother are probably getting hurt worse than anyone else because it's rather easy to clone some of their cartridges. So again, like I say, the new mold, new plastic, compatible, whatever you want to call these things, the problem is bad and it's getting worse. Back to you, David.
Recycling Times Media brings you the news the way you want to receive it. Recycling Times Media brings you the #1 trade show in the world. Recycling Times, #1 for news and business. Thanks, Charlie Brewer. Well, that's the news, but for breaking news each day, go to www.rtmworld.com. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook as well. Thanks for watching. We'll be here again next week. Happy New Year. I'm David Gibbons.